Welcome back, folks, with me, Phil Too Real. This is part 4 of the Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough, take 2. So we just finished up our business in Snowbiz, and then we're going to go ahead and start Air Crash. And I'm going to both do the level correct and incorrectly in a way. But first off, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get to what it's in some crash levels known as a death route. And in a death route, you cannot die up until you get to that platform on the death route. So just make sure you do not die, which sounds, it's very simple, but for some cases it might be very hard. And you don't need to get all the, and if you do die before you reach that death route, the death route platform will be not there. It'll be hollowed out. So make sure that you do not die. But you can't get the box gem here in the first time you do air crash, because the way to get the box gem is you have to take a secret route in I want to say it's the second polar bear riding level, but anyways, you won't be able to get it because to detonate all the nitros, that box is located, the nitro box detonator is in there. So now we're on the death route, and on here what you can do is take your time. If you do die, the death route will still be there, so that's a good thing. Once you set foot in the death route, then the death route platform will not disappear, so we're safe from having to replay the whole level from the very beginning. So take your time right there with those jumps on the hippo and those sinking platforms. Very tricky jump, but I made it look like it was very easy, but the key is just to watch the platforms. And then we're almost done here with the death route. So once you get through these 3 hippos right here, you'll get the death route gem and you'll be done with the level. But unfortunately I forgot that it looks like he's sunk behind the hippos, but anyways, I digress. You could actually end the level right there, but since I died and I didn't hit a checkpoint box, it puts me right back to the beginning of the level. I'm over here thinking that, oh yeah, okay, I can get the death route gem and the crystal and the box, and the death route gem, the box gem, and then the crystal all in one go. But unfortunately, I'm going to find that out really quickly. Not really quickly, but at the very end of the level, that's not just going to happen. So get on the wakeboard here, and I can't get the box gem, but of course if you want to get some extra lives, feel free to snag those boxes. So always a good thing. Just watch out for the mines that move, and if you make these jumps, you can boost to go a little bit more distance. Kind of cool animations. um, and then just watch out for the mines right here. Watch out for the nitros again. Of course we got an Aku Aku, so that's not a big deal. Hit the little checkpoint box there, and again, watch for the platform. When the platform comes up or is about to come up, go ahead and hop on the hippo. And on the bonus route right here, very simple. I think it's only 8 boxes. Yes, it is 8 boxes. So you can go ahead and take out these boxes, hit those exclamation boxes, and I want to say you can actually make that jump to the middle box if you high jump off the TNT, but of course I didn't, because I didn't think that far ahead. I'm trying to play chess, but I'm over here playing checkers in reality. But jump on that box, get all the Wumpa fruit, and get the extra life. And then we are done with that bonus room. Not very difficult, I must say. So now we're going to go ahead and continue on. Be very careful with this box. Jump on it, bounce off, and then get back on the platforms. So it's in water, and water, it's not good for crash. You will drown. It's no different than a bottomless pit. There's an extra life right there in the middle of the TNT, so make sure you snag that helpful little item. Set off the TNT, hit the checkpoint box, and I don't know why I stopped there. I'm over here, for whatever reason, I'm over here thinking I'm playing Crash 1, and I didn't make that jump, and I'm not going to make it once again. So, at least I didn't hit the mine, but I did belly flop. I hit my buttons in the incorrect way. So, 1, 2, and then, third time's a charm. So, I'm over here not taking any chances. I'm doing a slide and spin jump, get that extra height, getting that extra, geez, almost hit that nitro, getting that extra distance. So, be very careful with the mines, go through here, avoid that nitro in the middle, and then I believe we're almost done. I think we just gotta make 2 more jumps. I think we'll be at the end of the level, because I can see the exit right there up front. So, watch the mines, And as you know, sir, there's no nitro detonator box at this point. That's when I realized, oh hey, I'm not gonna get the box gem, and I need twice the amount of boxes to get the box gem. I'm just like, oh, why did I do that, Phil? But yeah, so it's a bit of a wasted trip, but at least you get to see the whole air crash level in its entirety. Well, not entirely, because there's a little bit of a hidden section that we'll find later. But alas, we got to move on. But we're gonna watch Crash dance right here. And so the next level we will be doing is Crash Crush. I'm trying to think of what a nice title would be, because if you haven't noticed, I've been making like an amalgamation of like 2 or 3 Crash levels to make nifty titles. So we'll go ahead and continue on here. Now this is our boulder level, and I'm gonna goof off. I think in this one I'm gonna die a few times because I'm doing my slide and spin jumps, and you can't see very far ahead of you, so I'm gonna slide jump into a pit. And one thing about Crash Crush, the boulder levels, and I think the last level that's like this is the polar bear chasing level. The boulder will take out all the boxes in this version of the game, I believe. If I read a little bit of a what do I want to say, the level layout for Crash N-Sane Trilogy. In the original Crash 2, however, that boulder will not break every single box. There'll be a few you have to break, but in this version of the game, the boxes will entirely, man, I'm talking weird this, but the boulder will crash every box that it comes across, so you don't have to worry about that. There are some boxes like these you will have to break because there is no boulder, but just, you know, hit those boxes. So now we got in that little not backtrack route, but the normal looking route where you run away from the screen. But take out these boxes, hit the checkpoint box, and then run like heck. Or you can hop like a crazy maniac like me. The electric fences are a little bit of a nuisance because you have to slide underneath them. But just make sure you get plenty of distance. That way, if you make a mistake like hitting those mines, you won't die or fall into a pit to your doom. So again, just take your time here. And when I say take your time, I don't mean stay in one spot forever. You can just run away from the boulder and you'll have plenty of time to break any boxes if you want to do that, or if you just want to make a mistake or two, which I don't encourage that, but you know, sometimes mistakes happen. We're only human, right? So hit those little dash pads. And I want to say this is the last section of Crash Crush, I want to say. Actually, no, I think we got one more section. But we got a lot of distance ahead of the boulder, so we're pretty good on that. It's going to break this long plankway here. If you have a very long plankway like that, it will break. So once you cross that, you don't really have to worry about getting crushed anymore. Crash Crush! Anyways, so you go through this bonus level. You can get as many Wampa Fruits as you want. I've been currently playing Crash 4, and I gotta say, man, there's a lot of gems in there, including getting all the Wampa Fruits. That's a bit of a new thing for me. I just decided to buy it because it was on sale. But no, actually, I've had that game for about a month, I think. But anyways, I digress. There's 13 boxes here. Make sure you break them. Pretty easy bonus level. But Crash 4, very interesting game. Maybe one day I'll let's play it once I get a little bit more comfortable with it. But it's a much more difficult Crash game, kind of like Crash 1. Anyways, break these boxes and then break the checkpoint box. This will be our last section. We got to run away from the boulder. So hit these little dash pads, and then you should be okay at this point. Because again, in this, I don't know why I paused there. In this version of the game, the boulder will break all the boxes, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're playing the original Crash 2, you want to get as far ahead as this boulder as possible, because there is a metal box. I believe the boulder will not break that one right there. And then I believe that one box on the far left, it won't break. So make sure you get that, get your gem, and we're good. So we're done with Crash Crush, and then we're going to really have fun in the next level, which has my favorite music in the entire game, the sewer levels, which are, I don't really like sewer levels in video games, but sewer levels in platforming games are not that bad. So we got the gems here, and I believe we're going to have a little bit of a talk with, no, I don't think Cortex shows up yet. So we're gonna, okay, Coco. We're gonna be in the Eel Deal because you know it's the real deal. Man, I swear these puns just come up by themselves. Anyways, I digress. My favorite music in the game, but the gimmick in this level is you want to hit these Mr. Bubble robots into the fans to make a bigger opening for you to get through, and also the water is going to be electrified by eels, hence the name, the Eel Deal, because you know eels are quite the real deal here. Those platforms there, I want to say in the normal routes of these sewer levels, they don't sink, but in the harder routes or the alternate routes, they do sink. Um, there is a green gem we need to get here, and it's on the path, right? The right path here with all the nitro. You might be wondering, well, I just need to hit this one box and that's it. But there's actually a hidden path behind that last column of row of nitros, and it's the music changes, and this is a little bit of a harder route because there's not that much room for error when you navigate through those water paths because there's not platforms for you to jump in some, and then you got some like here where these platforms will sink if you stay on them for very long. But the way you find out about this, and you might think, well, how the heck am I supposed to find this, Phil? Oh! But the way to find out is on the loading screen, which I did cut out, but I'm telling you now. Is it makes a little bit of a hint that there is a secret behind a wall of nitro or something along that effect. But once you know that, you can run behind those nitros and then find this path. And then just be careful when you exit here. Because nitros do like to hop and crash too, and that is one of the dumbest things they could have done in this game. But otherwise, it's a perfect game for me. This is easily a 9 out of 10 game. Maybe 9.5. Anyways, break the checkpoint box, we go down here in the bonus room, and we are going to take out some awesome boxes. So 14 to be exact. So hit the little exclamation box, and then we're going to get up here and break these boxes. You can just belly flop here. If you time it kind of carefully, you can actually get all 3 rows, I think, but I didn't, so we gotta do it that way. Hit these little Wampa fruit boxes. You can get a nice 30 Wampa fruit here. Again, Crash Bandicoot 2 kind of throws extra lives at you, which is very nice because tier 4 and tier 5 levels, if it's your first time playing this, they tend to eat your eat your lives up really badly. Left way is the way you should go because it has the crystal. I'm over here thinking this is the way to get the crystal, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, no, this isn't right because the crystal's like on a dead end path. So I go back here, and I gotta say those rats make a cute squeaking sound when they get stomped on, Gooba stomped on. So there's the crystal. Get these boxes. You can go ahead and farm the Wampa fruit from that box you want, and then make sure you use a belly flop to break these metal boxes, and then we can continue onward. I guess backtrack and then go onward. So avoid those barrels, and I think those barrels, if you do die to them, Crash does the same animation as a nitro box. He's blown on that awesome sounding wood instrument. So just be careful there. Just platform around the mice, or you can take out the mice, but then just make sure you avoid the barrels. So take out these metal boxes and farm whatever Wampa fruit you want, and then we can go down that hole, which is where we need to go next. So go down the hole, follow the trail, Wampa fruit in, and then get on this grate. All you gotta do is jump, and Crash will automatically cling to it, and then you can spin to, which I'm trying to think if there's any enemies on grates that you can take out with the spin, but I don't think you can. Hit that nitro detonator box, grab onto the grate, and then make sure you avoid these little robots. You can't take them out, but you can most certainly avoid them. Now, in later levels, these robots will go really fast, not giving you very much opportunity to make it across without getting hit, but generally those robots will be much higher up, or lower I should say, and then Crash can do a little bit of a pull up with the it's the B button on my controller, but in the original PlayStation version it was the circle button, I believe. I'm trying to think of the buttons in my head. Yeah, it's just the circle button. We got the green gem, the crystal, and our box gem. So now we got all the goodies here, and we're going to be treated to a nice little dialogue with Neo Cortex. He's talking about we got 10 crystals, and I'll try not to mess up my Crash voice like I did in the first take, I should say. because, as you know, Crash didn't like that, so he threw up. So we're done with the Eel Deal, which is the real deal. So now we're gonna hear a little bit of a message from our friend Dr. Neo Cortex.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way.
Thank you.
I'm running low on power, so communication
Power save mode?
difficult.
2 syllables? Crash? No, Bandicoot.
Remember, I'm counting on
Oh, sure, thanks, buddy, old pal.
Anywho, our next boss is going to be the Komodo Brothers, which consists of Komodo Joe and Komodo Mo. And I believe Komodo Mo is the skinnier of the two, and Joe is the larger of the two. So, very easy boss fight, not very hard at all. But I gotta say, I do like the music for this boss fight. It's very catchy. I really do like it. But boss fight is very simple. Joe will smack Mo, and Mo will follow you, and you just gotta avoid him. Very easy, and then Mo will slow down, get dizzy, and you spin into him, and then he will hit his brother Joe, and then, you know, rinse and repeat. But before you get that little spin sequence, Joe will throw swords at you, and you just gotta avoid it. And then, of course, he'll smack his brother, and Mo will spin around all crazy like, and then that's your cue once he stops and gets dizzy to spin into him, and then you're already done with the boss fight pretty much. He'll throw more of his swords at you, and on the third phase of this, or third cycle of this, he will spin him, but then he will also throw some swords at you, so just be on the lookout for that. As long as you keep moving, they're not going to hit you, so just be careful with that. And then spin into Mo, and Joe and Mo will be defeated. Joe and Mo. Is there a third stooge? Anyways, I'm thinking about the three stooges, but I digress. Maybe Future Phil put those names up there, but I think it's Larry, Mo, and Curl. Anyways, I digress. We're up into tier 3, and we are done. So, I'll catch you on the next one, folks. You have a good one. Bye.